Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Samuel Durbridge. I know it's been a while, and I was doing a recording earlier, but I decided to re-record and do a different one. What's been going on for a while is we've been going through a shift, a change. Some call it the Great Awakening, some call it the 3D to 5D Earth, which is the same connection, and they bring that up as well. Some call it the Aquarius Age or the Golden Age. Many different forms of ideas of prophecies, of ancient prophecies, of some that are angelic connected Christian prophecies claiming that the natives brought up the prophecies, and then more than that. So there is a lot going on in this world, more than what we've been told, and we've all been lied to about what's really going on in this world. So you have to kind of keep an open mind to everything so that you can be like, okay, even if I don't think it's this, it could be this. But focus on what you feel you would desire it to be more, and then be aware of the possibilities of the other, but find a way to heal from that other from needing to happen. Focus on what you want, not what you don't want, but don't ignore what you don't want. Be aware of what's actually happening so you can prepare to be safe from those trickeries of the other. But you can always bless things into being, which I bring up a ton. So I'm going to bring up big information that is very vital right now. Children are being saved worldwide, and the witches and others are being taken down. Yes, the witches are being taken down. The reptilian witches, other creature beings, are being thrown back into the hell dimensions. They've already were supposed to, but there's still a few stragglers that are trying to get through, and they need to get back out. So water is energy. Water, you can high vibe water, make positive energy into water. And in a lot of the lores, all the shows about witches and witchcraft and everything, they all have truth to them. And what is the one thing that we remember about water being thrown on witches? They melt, right? Well, why would a witch melt over water? Well, let's just say this. Demons and beings are low vibers, and if something high vibe hits them or is around them, it heals them or destroys the darkness. So in a sense, it's like acid to them. They melt, or it dissolves them, or stops them, or traps them in a puddle, or turn into it. Doesn't mean that they're completely gone, but it changes, it destroys their vibrational form. It heals them and gets rid of the evil that they are. And if they're completely evil, and that's all they are, due to eugenics or other things, and they have no light in them, then they're gone. They're destroyed, and sent to their realm, or put into the reincarnation pool of their vibe. And so there you go. And sometimes completely dissolves them. They cease to exist due to high vibe is really strong. And so what's been happening is they've been pushed away because they are supposed to leave. They're not supposed to be around at all, but they're trying to survive. And there will always be stragglers in any realm that desire to. But as long as we all have knowledge of how to stop them and how to have the tech and things to help protect us all, and to have it ourselves, not just have others protect us, but us learning and having the tech ourselves protect us, but then being able to call if we need extra help, or letting people know extra help is also something that needs to still be there. So it's not like you should be taking care of it all on your own all the time, but you will need to in some times. But if you can't, then you need some backup all the time. So what is happening is all the different groups have chosen their side. They're reversing and choosing to do good again, to be good again, and they're correcting. They're trying to give up, or they're trying to correct what they've done and what they've chosen, but then they're also choosing different sides. choosing to give up and allow the evil to win. Some of them have, and so they become part of the evil, or just let the evil get away with things which they shouldn't be doing. And so you see their true colors, their true vibe. And so they get affected as well by this high vibe because they have chosen the low vibe path again, or to choose to not do anything at all and be neutral, which they don't think will affect them either way. But the better thing to do is to be aware of the knowledge. So I'm going to give you some big information. One of the big information I wanted to give is salt. Himalaya salt and Celtic salt, as long as it's raw form, is powerful. Protects you, helps you, heals you. Make sure you get a raw form that does. Eugenics is trying to change that and trying to change it so that we don't have any of the natural form anymore, and to trick the system and the consumptions. Okay, so there you go. There's that. But they're losing, and it's being corrected. So what's happening is people are also being drawn to eat meat more and eat these things, because especially around this time, because these last weeks or two have been the week of rituals to Malak and to Malak and Bel. And some of them have a duality to them, so there's always good and bad to every being. There's always a duality to all forms. And that's one thing people don't realize. But these are the idols or demon god connected beings that they worship, that they allow to give sacrifices of children to and other things. That's in the lore. You can research it, you can look into it. It's horrible. People don't want you to know it. They try to hide it from you, but you got to know it so that you can handle those who worship those things. Not all of them believe that those beings are meant to be worshipped in that way. And it's just like any religion. There's a light and a dark to all religions because it's a cabal, yin-yang connection. Okay? They're all pieces of one cabal. Now, the issue is the light is always going to be better than the dark, of course, but they're still secretly going to be okay with the rituals of darkness still happening. Ignoring it, saying don't do it, but letting it happen, but they want to rule over them of when they can do it, when they can't. They don't want those rituals to be the most common because they want the positive energy sucking rituals to be the real thing. Yes, they still energy suck and still control and decide who gets it within the light side. So the light side gets to decide who is allowed to have the light blessings. And the dark got allowed who gets the dark blessings. And so then you got the balance, who do both sides. They just choose to be on both sides, choose to be their full self, and not connect to peace or any and stuff and know all the knowledge and be tricked. Here's the thing. We all are equally important, and we all matter in the heart. Hold your vibes up so that you heal. Put them lower if you want to be destroyed, if you want to be parasites. So, would you prefer to be a parasite, which eats yourself and others, or would you prefer to be the light of good? And that's how they do it. So the balance is you are whatever you feel you are in your vibes, and you just do the right thing. You don't eat others, you don't do those stupid rituals that destroy other souls. You do things of balance. So it's kind of like you got the Jedi, and then you got the Sith, and you got the gray Jedi, or the gray Force users. And the gray Force is the neutral. They're not dark. Darkness can't exist, shouldn't exist, but that there is no dark or light. There's just gray. There's just this. You choose what your vibe path is and be there for others in the way you should. But don't be fake. Don't be a facade. Be the real you. Realize that darkness has power, but you don't want to go too far into it, nor do you want to be part of it at all. But light, sometimes you can go a little bit overboard in the light, but the light heals and creates complete peace and powerful. So go for the right vibes that you hold to, your heart vibes. So peace, joy, and love. That's what I hold to, those three. And then balance and forgive yourself, and stop expecting huge, high expectations of others and yourself. Forgive yourself, forgive others, put doubts aside, and just bless things into being. Let everybody be equal, but don't eat each other. Don't do spells on each other for harm. Do good creation. And that's the way of the gray force users. And so I have a meme that I found someone put together, and I loved it, so I kept it for myself, because I am a minister that believes in the force, that we're all connected to it, we're all one within. And I'm also aware of A Course in Miracles. I'm also aware of A Course in Love, and I'm aware of other connections too. So Vigo frequencies, tuning forks, all of that. I even have videos that do that, where I don't do commentary, where I just do the tuning fork sounds, and then I do the other where I'm hitting the tuning forks and doing different ones. I even have 3 groups of the grace frequencies that I do to give you those healings. And I've been able to heal internal bleeding using the frequencies and other stuff. These frequencies heal dark entities from messing with your life. And it reverts your DNA back to your God DNA connection. And so that's just how it is. So source of your vibe connection. I don't really necessarily believe that we should be worshiping or praying to a deity necessarily. We should be meditating, becoming one with all deity of good is what I focus on. And balance and forgive any things that are so-called sins that are your own choices and decisions, and learn to go above your weaknesses or things that are draining your energy, and use it for creation rather than just your own pleasure, is what many say. But don't put yourself down if you choose to be pleasure. It's just how you are. Balance yourself, forgive yourself, love yourself, but learn to get away from vices and things that cloud your body system, smoke that suffocates you within and destroys liver and other things, because a lot of those are synthetics and not real stuff. Plus burning, I would say steam things. If you're going to do anything, steam them in water. Don't burn them. Water will steam them, and it will bring out the flavor, and it will bring out the good euphoric systems within the water and within it. So steaming is key. So steam those things, and you should be good. So anyway, so I wanted to bring that up. One of the things I wanted to talk about right now is time is becoming very back and forth. It's been very slow and then very fast. It's been rewritten and it's been recorrected. It's been balanced. It's been healed. Because all the things that weren't supposed to be are being healed and changed because of all the lies and the tricks and the spells. They're being wiped away, and the good optimal timelines have been made now. And that's what we're going into. But now the secrets have to be revealed. Now we have to be provided for funds and everything, because it's gotten so to the point where we now need to just manifest funds for all. That's what we should be doing. So frequencies, high frequencies, I bless you, bless yourself, and just bless things into being. Now, one of the things that I want to bring up is ancient salts. Celtic salt and Himalaya. Put those in your doorways, your windows. Do the stuff that they teach you in Supernatural. Do it in your hallways. Any area in your home you feel drawn to do it in. And you'll notice blessings and protection. Here's another thing you should do. This is some huge information. It protects you from parasites, bugs, and things that are parasitic creatures. Have you noticed that witchcraft and other creatures, they bring up how they use animal blood and animal organs and all these things to do their spells, to do their divinations, to do their control systems. And they do that. And it's because the bodily fluids and other things have a force to it. Well, you can do the same with water and salts and minerals that are natural reoccurring, and those are high-vibed magics or source power. And so those are the things we should really be using for meditating and manifesting. But if you don't think prayer is a spell, prayer is spell. Newscasters, they're casting a spell on you. All of those things are there in our society. The most powerful word in the world would be I am that I am phrase, would be the powerful word phrase, you could say. The most powerful one word, I would say, you could say there's many different ones. One of the most common would be now. Now, one, own. Because it breaks up into different sounds and phrases and explanations and definitions. One and one, and one could be the number one. It could also be one, W-O-N, and now one own. Now one own. Several words within that one word. Several vibrations within that one word. It also sounds like the number one name, even though it's not spelled that way, but it sounds that way. So the sound is important too. The vibration, the sound, everything. One is Eon and Neo. Eon, Neo, and one. Neo is the one because he is Neo. Eon, which is forever. Have you figured it out yet? These are connections. Words are spells. When you pray with words, you parry with sword. Or you parry, W, hit, sword. Pray with words. Now, when you pray, when you parry, what is parry? When you're parrying with a sword, what are you doing? It's like a shield. You're clinging, you're making sparks. You're sparking. Because you are a light. You are sun. All of these phrases were created by whoever created them. And it sounds like some of them may have done it by accident. But nothing is an accident. Everything is done with a purpose. Even if they created something and then they realized it later, it's God speaking through them. Even if they don't know. Even the darkest people bring up information so that we can stop their darkness, to give us a chance. It's a game. It's a show. It's clues to help you get through the system that you're in. Whether you're in a training program, whether you're in whatever you're in. Whatever this reality really is, it's everything. And you got to see it as everything so you can combat everything within the program or the system that we might be in, the matrix, whatever. Some want to say it's that. Some want to say it's a spiritual game. Some want to say it's a spiritual system, that we're not in a matrix, but we're in a world that's similar to like a matrix, but there's a progression of realms. Really, whatever it is, it is. Okay, so I keep an open mind to all of it, but I don't try to hold to one until I know of what I need to do, until I have more answers. And then I do what I feel I should do, and I go with it, and then if I don't feel right about it, then I switch out of it and go somewhere else. Judging others by what is and what isn't messes everybody up. Let the truth be known and help them freely, not trying to get things out of them. So it's a game system of freedom. You need to free all, help all, love all. But if you can't free all, help all, do what you can, you'll be fine. You'll be blessed when the time is for you to be blessed. See yourself as already blessed, and you are already blessed. So I wanted to sum this up and tell you that I've been having dreams for the last month or so that have been horrible dreams. And I haven't liked them. Some of them have been okay, and they've been peaceful. But it's because I have groups that are getting me sucked into their systems through beam weaponry, or from the frequency of the soul group connections, or it's because I'm secretly in programs, or I'm seeing people that are in programs that I'm connected to because of certain things that have been done to me that I have a purpose for. And so basically all mystical creatures, werewolves, all of them, they're all real. Now werewolves, there's bad and good of them. Same with witches, there are good and bad witches. Same with every being, they're good and bad. But they all are one whole, and some of them are all of the same side of controls, and one wants to be over the other. But really, once you get the balance, you got the ones that don't follow those cabal controls, and they're their own balanced selves that want those controls to be done and everybody to be free. Those are the true pure in heart. The pure in heart beings, whether you've been pure or not, the pure balance beings is the best. The pure and the pure in heart powerful beings that learn to eat the remedies to protect themselves, help others, bless all, boost all. The divine connected bloodlines. And you can also be divine even if you're not a divine bloodline. It doesn't matter. It's your heart that matters. It's your vibe that matters. Your pureness of pure good or pure evil or pureness of the balance. Pure balance. Freeing all, healing all, letting all knowledge be known. That's my path. Free the children. Save the world. Heal, bless all. Provide funds to everyone. Everybody's free, everybody's okay. Freeing us, making us all sovereign. Not ruling or being ruled by anyone. We rule ourselves, we help each other equally. Because we are equal. We're all one. So that's the process. Just trying to sum this all up. But what I wanted to bring up is we all have power within us. We all have an ultimate goal of connection. We all are connected to an ultimate creative force of power. We are a force of goodness or of darkness. We also have a balance where some of us are mostly dark and some of us are mostly good. Why do I say some of us? Because everybody has been dark at one time and then has turned good, or some have been good and then have chose to turn evil based on what they learned. So it's better to be balanced and choose a side, because low vibe destroys and disintegrates yourself. High vibe creates and makes you be more and lets you be at peace and everybody at peace. So I choose the peace side. I choose the let's let everybody rest and be good finally. So for me, I'm more of I just want either to be gone completely or to rise up and have peace completely. I'm one side of just let me be done or let me be free. I desire to be free beyond the being done, but it's just no more suffering. No more suffering. Being free is my whole point. Being free of either being dissolved completely and gone or being completely balanced of light. So that's why I'm a balanced gray, because it's either be gone, because I don't want to be enslaved or messed with anymore, and no one does that doesn't want that either. We all want peace. So it's all about the vibration. So focus on what you want, and that's what you'll get. The fullness of yourself. See yourself as complete in the desires. So dream big, think good, be there for all, and bless it for everybody. See as if everybody has their blessed, peaceful, blissful life without causing any harm to another. That's my focus. If you're going to do the other, move on. I'm not part of you. You need to be part of somewhere else. I might be a piece of connection to all forms, but I choose bliss, and I choose peace, and I choose I choose blissfulness and abundance, sumptuous goodness. And so, yeah, there you go. But I've been dreaming about where these beings and creatures go. They go in tunnels and sewers, and they have homes and things there, and they've been going after college students and teenage students and preteens, and they're trying to still the soul and convert them, and many of them are being turned as spies and dark beings of demons and connections, and they're trying to go for minerals and use minerals and stones as energies so that they can use the chakra energies for their spells and controls, crystals and stuff. But those of us that do meditation with Tibetan bowls and the crystals and are doing it, have them for good purposes, not for evil purposes. The ones you need to be worried about are the ones that are doing things where they are doing blood rituals, eating meats, promoting the idea of eating meats, and doing those things because that is low vibe, dead flesh. And they use those, anybody that consumes those, they can use those beings and control your minds and souls because you're taking in low vibrations, and they feed off of that, and they can kill you easier. They can control you easier, even if you don't think so. But if you hold to your heart, maybe you'll be okay, but I would recommend go as high vibe as you can as soon as possible. If you need to learn how, you can. It takes about 3 to 9 months to detox. It's brutal. In the first 2 to 4 months, it's brutal. And then between a year and on, it can be brutal too. Going back and trying to splurge a little into things isn't good either. So I'm just giving you insight. Be safe with your choice of what you're doing. But this is how they control you. This is how they enslave you. I give knowledge to everybody. I don't judge. I let you decide for yourself, but I let you be aware. It's not fair if I don't let you be aware of it. And so I've brought this up other times, but I think I brought a little bit more to you. One of the things you can tell when a witchcraft or being or person is evil is if they have any dead plants, such as plants and things in life that shrivels around them, things that just die, can't be near them or whatever. But it doesn't mean that they're bad. It just means that maybe some beings are trying to mess with them as well. But if they have salts like Himalaya and Celtic salt around, then they're good people, because the others don't like Celtic salt and Himalaya salt. They hate it because it destroys their vibes. They stay away from it. That's how you protect yourself from the worst of the worst. But it doesn't mean you'll completely get away from them. They'll still try in your dreams and other things, and technology and vibrational and frequencies, to try to counterbalance your positive salts and things. But don't worry, there is light, good beings and people that are catching on to these group controls, and why it's important to finally be balanced and not follow the light side or the dark side, but follow the balance of light, the fullness of good. And even the adversary, the devil, was considered an angel of light. So you want to be careful of the dark forms of light, but even that being keeps the evilest of evils in hell at bay. So they are doing some good. Same with Hades and Loki lore. They all did some good in their time. They just enjoy trickster attitudes, but they're not completely evil. They are the ones that keep at bay the full evil. But there are beings like werewolves and others that keep these dark people at bay in the dark realms. And so it could be that I'm werewolf form and from dream experiences I've had before, and that I'm here to help protect and keep the evil in their realms. And there is a story about a guy that was 80 years old, and he was saying that werewolves are hounds of God. And he was not convicted because of his story. Maybe they felt pity on his mental health, and he was already 80 years old anyway, so they figured he wouldn't die. But the older you get as a werewolf, the more you can control and notice you're a werewolf. And eventually, over time, the more older soul, and the more the frequencies stop controlling your connection to what your true powers are, the more you can control your true powers. But werewolves are more eugenic connected by the darkness, causing some to be that way. But they're also being used by the light to keep the darkness at bay. They bring this up in Van Helsing. They bring this up in other shows. The werewolves, yes, they're chaotic, but they're also used as good beings. That's why the darkness want to control the werewolves. They don't want them to be in control because they have too much power. They're too much good beings because they were blessed by God to, as long as they do their job, they'll be free to be eternal beings, and they'll be entered into heaven because of their good, and they're the side that was cursed to the point where they will eventually be freed from their curse once they've finished their job. once everything is done. Peace on earth. And then they'll be reincarnated or turned into good beings, or at least be the jailers of the darkness. And they'll always be able to be part of the light side, be near the light side and the world, and go from there. So, yeah, there's so much going on. But the children are being saved, beings are being protected, and we are being redirected to the new earth, the new realm of life. Many things that need to be known and talked about is there is change coming, and we're already in the change, but the truth is about to be revealed. You're going to figure out what is really been going on with your foods, and what's really going on, what we should really be now going towards. There's different timelines that will be seen, and we'll be jumping through Palladian timelines and other timelines. So in some timelines, you'll be drinking blue liquid, which is fourth generation of water, which is the substance that you'll get for your full life. And you'll get enough to keep you for your full lifespan. Four density beings and higher beings will then evolve into other forms, and you'll become those forms. Anyway, that's just how it goes until ascension of the new change. Once you've completed what you need to do to ascend, we'll learn new life paths. It's so complicated and so deep, but I just thought I'd bring it all up to you. But bless you all. Take care. There's a lot coming. Try to keep this under 33 minutes. Just be safe. Be aware of what's going on. But yeah, I'm having dreams of quantum leap connections or quantum entanglements where I'm jumping into individual thoughts of future, past, and present. And it's hard to know which is which, but they're kind of all in one, and they could happen anytime. Even if it shows the future, it could happen in a few days, it could happen in a few years, it could happen instantly. It just depends on what you vibe and connect with, or others vibe in the realms that you get drawn into. And the time loops and the controls and everything. But those are dissolving. Peace is coming. Peace is already here, but many changes are happening. It's so confusing. So I wear this to bring hope, because the Superman emblem means hope. And so because we have hope, we have peace coming, we're going to be okay if we want it. So bless yourself, bless others. Just know I bless y'all. I'll try to do another video later to explain what other stuff is happening, but it's pretty big. Good luck. Bless all.